now tuned in to another edition of G Vision TV. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hold on, let me get it. Let's get it. You're now tuned in to another edition of G Vision TV. State your name and state the state that you claim, my boy. You're back.
Again.
That's right.
Back at it.
That's right.
This Q, Mr. Sharif. I'm here, man. Let's do it.
That's right. Let's jump into the discussion. We got some great discussions today, great topics that we about to, put out for the audience today. So let's get right into it. Well, my first question is, what do you think about Trump banning the transgender law, and what's your feedback on that, allegedly?
That's a good one, bro. That is a good one. Oh, wow. Well, I'm all for the natural man and the natural woman.
That's right.
And anything other than that, I really don't know about it.
That's right, because I don't want my kid being in the same bathroom with a man.
Yeah.
My damn daughter? No.
Right. Exactly.
That's not right, man. But you right, man. I like natural.
Yeah.
A man gonna be a man and a woman gonna be a woman. That's how God made us, bro.
Although there are individuals born with two vaginal and genital and a penis.
What?
That hermaphrodite, is that the right term?
Yeah.
A female born with both.
Yeah.
So that exists. That's real.
Oh, yeah. I heard about the Morphite. One of my aunties was telling me about that, like yesterday.
Yeah.
She was talking about that when she came up to the spot. But yeah, hey man, it's something else, man. But when you change your gender, that's not right. If you're born with that like that, that's some kind of defect.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this is a good one too. What do you think about 50 Cent calling Big Meech a rat? And do you think he's a snitch, allegedly? What's your feedback on that one?
I'm gonna say that's 50 Cent perspective, and I'm gonna give him that. If that's what he feels, that's the way he feels.
Yeah.
But somebody else might not feel that way.
Well,
everybody,
Yeah. You're right about that.
They can have their opinion on how they feel.
Yeah, you're right about that. But
that's the way you feel about it.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I did my research though. It was this lady, right? One of his females.
Yeah.
I think it's by his son. It was one of his girls. He was inside prison, and they were saying like it was now this public.
Okay.
They were saying like they got 50 Cent got the phone call when he was making takedown on big people to get him out early. That's why he got out. That's what they were saying.
Okay.
But allegedly, we don't say allegedly.
Right. Right.
But yeah, hey man, it's something else out there, man. We in the home of the snitches right now.
Oh,
Mob town.
Oh, for sure.
There's so many snitches where we at.
I mean, something got to happen for something else to happen.
Yeah.
So if you got out early, something happened.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like they were talking about Rollo from Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know how that go. Well, let's go and move on to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a good one. I know you gonna like this shit. Do you think females are masculine these days with men? What's your feedback on that one, allegedly?
I've run across masculine women.
Yeah.
Some are.
Yeah. But do you think they are masculine these days towards men these days, though? Do you think they're more controlling?
If they're the breadwinner, they probably think they are.
Yeah.
I ain't said if they the breadwinner, but if they making similar money
Yeah.
as you, then they might feel that way.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, you're right about that. But, you know, remember when we came up back in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s, you know, women was, you know, more feminine and love a man.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
it's more they want to be like a man these days. And I feel like God didn't make us that way for a woman to be over a man or be like a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like a female to be a female. I want to do female things. I don't want to be like me, a man.
Right.
You know, I want to marry a man. I might well be a gay motherfucker. I ain't gay. I ain't no zest monster.
Okay.
I ain't no zest, but I feel like they blowing everything out of proportion.
Yeah.
You know, because we can do better as people, man.
Right.
As brothers and sisters. We could, in relationships, we could do better, man. You
Yeah.
know, because,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
man, I love my black female, but I feel like I need to explore.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because
Ain't
I'd
nothing wrong
rather
with
date
that.
like foreign bitches or something like that, you know,
I mean,
white
it's
bitches.
it's hard to live out the old traditional way.
Yeah, traditional way, because it's so much changing.
Well, if man is God's highest creation, and I have my place and she has her place.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But
think
she's
the
still
problem-
supposed to be a
but the
helpmate,
problem-
though.
Yeah, the problem is we don't know our place. See what I'm saying? She don't know her place, and I don't know my place.
Well, I know my place.
I'm glad you do.
See, my place is that if you stand for anything, hey, you gonna go down.
Okay.
Because I ain't gonna stand for anything. Like anybody
Right.
bringing something to you, know, like they bringing all this stuff to you and telling you this, and they're trying to butter you up, and hey, man, I just can't do it, man, because I think female, if you don't have knowledge, you just sitting there, you ain't trying to learn nothing,
Right.
you ain't trying, like a female, I know she told me, and we're gonna get ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she gonna say, and we were drinking, she gonna say, and I ain't gonna put her name out there on this social media
Don't
route,
do that. Don't do that.
but in general, allegedly, she said, I'm a man in a woman's body. I said, wow. I said, damn. She said she a man in a woman's body. Well, but let's get on, let's go to the next question, because you know these women ain't gonna do right. Allegedly.
Oh, she a tomboy, okay?
I don't know what she is. She might be Morphite, Codabite. For sure, though.
Okay, okay.
So let's move. We're gonna go on to the next. Do you think Trump is wrong for deporting the illegal immigrant? Forgive me. I'm gonna say that again. Do you think Trump is wrong for deporting illegal immigrants in America? What's your feedback on that one, allegedly?
Oh man, we can go in a lot of directions with that one, because actually we illegal
What
right
you
now.
say?
You know, we was probably
Stolen property.
We was probably here illegally.
Yeah, stolen.
Man, that's
That went hard.
we are immigrants, actually.
Yeah, because they just put a number on us, but our nationality is somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, in our roots and our family roots. And I look at it like this, man. No, they just looking at us as slaves, allegedly. We are slaves to them, for
Okay.
real. Because we built this country.
Yeah.
And we also, and I, like I said in my previous, season, we also, you know what I'm saying, this is our land anyway, because we was already here.
Yeah.
They just hid, I did a lot of research, on the internet, and I seen a lot of things. They started expose. They showed the like the museum showed where they showed a flag with a black person on it, look like an Indian. That was the original flag of America. It was called Americas.
Okay.
Yeah, this was called Americas. Before Chris Columbus came here, he was spreading disease, allegedly. That's how he was doing. So we didn't have disease. They brought disease.
Yeah, they brought two things.
Yeah.
They brought disease, and they brought that pig with it.
What you say? You ain't lying about that, my brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. But I'm glad to have you back, man. How your family
Hey,
been doing?
everybody's great, man.
Yeah, man.
Prosper.
Yeah, man.
Everybody prosper.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Okay, I
right, man.
can
That's what we need to do. We need to get on a high vibration. That's all. Hey, man. Without God, we can't do nothing. That's the God that lives in me and you.
Hey, you said a mouthful.
Yeah. So let's go on to the fifth question. Okay, this is a good one too. Do you think we was created by the beings in the Bible that was called the Anunnaki? What's your feedback on them, allegedly?
Man, that's deep, man. To answer that question,
Very.
it might disrupt
Well,
the whole way of living right now.
that's why we got to make controversy.
Okay.
Because that's what
so,
it is, because people
I
thinking
got
they gods.
I got you.
Yeah, come
Okay,
on
so
with
the,
it.
so the Anunnaki
Yeah,
are from the planet Nibiru.
yeah,
And Nibiru, from what I learned, has orbit. It orbits every 3,500 years.
yeah.
But I think it orbits in the opposite direction in which the Earth rotates.
Okay.
So, to make a long story short, Nibiru collided with Tiamat.
Tiamat
And
stuff started creating.
okay, so that's how we got the asteroid belt.
Yeah,
But back to the Anunnaki, black people from planet Nibiru came here, from what I know, and when they got here, they were looking for gold because they
yeah,
rise to high technology, they were destroying their planet.
yeah,
So in order to fix their problem, they had to come here in search of gold.
yeah,
They found the gold,
yeah.
but at some point, they had to create a slave
Yeah, okay. Come
to
on.
do the hard work that they didn't want to do no more.
Yeah,
So they had to use their DNA and the DNA
Of the earth.
an individual
that was on the earth already.
of this planet, which
Yep.
was a hominoid.
A hominoid,
So
yeah.
a hominoid and an Anunnaki DNA created you and I.
And that's us.
That's us.
That's us. Yeah, you're right. I agree, brother. Yeah, because people always say, and they the one who made up all the religions.
Okay.
So that's why we got the God worship gene in us. So I don't know why people think like in the beginning of the Genesis, there was just one God. No, the people that made and compiled these books into the 66 books, it was the Romans. It was the people that made that to control the masses. That's why they did the Christianity, and they took up Christianity too
Okay.
to control the Negroes, the people of blacks, the dark-skinned race.
Right.
So, yeah, I did my research and history on that. So, I look at it like, everybody said, oh, this God, that God, that God. No, Abraham had 3 religions out of him that's
Okay.
popular today.
Okay.
So, it had Christianity, Judaism, and Islam,
Right.
because Ishmael was his son. So, for the artists out there, you listen to this, you need to go do your research. And the people that always thinking like the church, no, the title was talking about food all through the Bible.
Okay.
They was exchanging money for food. So what you talking about? If I give a person some money that's on the ground, you don't think I'm gonna get blessed? I'm gonna get blessed because we are in a spiritual realm. And when the spiritual realm, when you doing right, it gonna move right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that like that. And I enjoy the conversation, my
Hey
brother.
man, I'm happy to be in the port city, man.
That's right. That's right. Hold up for a minute.
This
hold up.
is home.
Hold up for a minute. Yeah, man. Hey, but like I told you, things, it is what it is, bro. You know, when you've been living in a world of lies and you wake up,
Oh, yeah.
because it said in the Bible, it say knowledge will increase.
Mhm.
That means technology and hidden messaging and stuff that's going to be exposed and being revealed.
Right.
And that's what's going on now. That's why we're seeing, man, I'm going to talk to you on that on another one.
Okay.
What I seen.
Okay.
We're going to leave that topic on that one.
Right.
Okay. We're going
I
to this
don't want to go
last
too
question.
deep because I don't want to drown, man.
Yeah, last question. We're going to put you on the boots. Okay, we're going to put you on the boot. Now, this one going to put you on. All right, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Martin Luther King was a government plant? And do you think he was embedded to our society as a black leader? And do you think he was killed because he didn't do what the elites planned him for to do? Allegedly. What's your feedback on that?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to bring up Neely Fuller Jr. on this one.
Okay.
And Neely Fuller Jr. is the racism and white supremacy scholar, I'll say. And according to him, Earth, just imagine Earth being a plantation.
Yeah.
And all the people we think in charge are only overseers
Yeah.
of the plantation.
Yeah.
But the white supremacists runs this world.
Yeah.
So they know how to get away with anything they want to get away with.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
if anybody's making too much noise, they're gonna get rid of you.
Yeah.
If you ain't making no noise, they ain't worried about you. I'm gonna name some people who was making a lot of noise. Kennedy.
Yeah.
What happened to Kennedy?
Shot his head off.
And it seemed like nobody don't know what happened, right? Only those people can do that.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, he made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
What happened to Martin Luther King?
Shot his head off.
Yeah. Same thing. What they said who did it, but that guy didn't do it. It's like, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't
know.
But we know
But he is
who
a
caused him.
Yeah, but
caused that to happen. We know
yeah,
that.
but he was a plant till he woke up.
Okay.
Because guess who I seen him in the White House shaking hands with? The Rockefellers.
Okay.
He is a plant.
Okay.
Seen him on a picture broad day shaking hands with the Rockefellers. So he was embedded there because civil rights is everybody's rights.
Yeah.
We talking about black rights.
Yeah.
When we back in the day, we wanted black rights for real. That's what Malcolm X was talking about. And then he was talking about black nationalism. That means everybody come together.
Okay.
That's what I'm with. I'm like that.
Now, I gotta bring up Neely Fuller one more time.
Yeah, come on with it.
Because I heard him say they use double talk.
Yeah.
It's like they say a word and it means like what did you just say?
What is pertaining to?
Let's see.
Yeah, I can go back. You was talking
Civil
about
rights.
the Kennedy.
Civil
Oh, you
rights.
talking about the civil rights. Okay.
This is what he said. He said all rights are civil.
Oh, no, bro. Civil rights, that means, definition means everybody rights, all different people rights.
Right.
But black rights, that's what we're supposed to be. That was Martin Luther King. He wasn't fighting for our rights. He was planted because the Rockefellers now had him as a poster boy.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So, everything happened for a reason, just like in the past, this is what the future gonna be.
Okay.
And we still is on the plantation.
Right.
And it ain't just us as slaves on the plantation.
Right.
Everybody's a slave on the plantation now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know why people think it's just black. No, it's white people feeling the pain now. Yeah, man, I like to thank you coming, on the show tonight, man. Every time when we get together, man, it be a good ass show.
For sure.
For sure, man. But, yeah. But, like I said, man, we living in some times, bro. And, like I said, to the audience out there, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment. Yeah!
And another one.